The Last Supper, a night of love and betrayal. It was a cool evening in Jerusalem. The sun had set, and the narrow streets were filled with the whispers of the coming Passover. Inside a quiet upper room, 12 men gathered around a long, low table. At the center sat Jesus, calm, gentle, and yet, there was a sorrow in his eyes that none could ignore. The room was lit by oil lamps, their golden glow flickering against the walls. The air carried the scent of roasted lamb and bitter herbs, the traditional meal of remembrance, a symbol of Israel's deliverance from slavery in Egypt. But tonight, there was something deeper happening. Jesus rose from his seat, took off his outer garment, and wrapped a towel around his waist. The disciples stared, confused. Then, one by one, he began to wash their feet, dusty, calloused, unworthy feet. "Lord," Peter protested, "you will never wash my feet." But Jesus looked up and said softly, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." Tears welled in Peter's eyes as he whispered, "Then not just my feet, but my hands and my head as well." When Jesus had finished, he returned to his place and said, "Do you understand what I have done for you? I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet. You also should wash one another's feet." The room fell silent. Each man sat in awe, realizing that true greatness was found in humble service. Then, as they ate, Jesus took a loaf of bread, gave thanks, and broke it. He handed the pieces to his disciples and said, "Take and eat. This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." He then lifted a cup of wine and said, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood, poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." The disciples drank, their hearts heavy with mystery and fear. Then Jesus looked around the table, his gaze resting on each man, but lingering on one. "Truly I tell you," he said, "one of you will betray me." Shock rippled through the room. "Lord, is it I?" they asked, one after another. Jesus dipped a piece of bread into the dish and handed it to Judas. "What you are about to do," he said quietly, "do quickly." Judas' face turned pale. Without a word, he rose and left the room. Outside, the night was cold, and the scripture says, it was night. After he was gone, Jesus spoke gently to the others. "Little children, I will be with you only a little longer. A new commandment I give you, that you love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another." The disciples listened, their hearts heavy. Peter vowed boldly, "Lord, I will lay down my life for you." Jesus looked at him with sorrowful love and said, "Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times." The night deepened. Together, they sang a hymn, their voices trembling but united. Then, Jesus